Thank you, Dean Popkin, for those generous words, esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, my fellow Bruins, the class of 2026. It's an honor to be with you today. I have a lot of love and respect this beautiful community we have. It's an honor to share this verse with you from my heart. Standing here today feels like coming home. I know the exact weight of the air in this space. I sat where you are sitting, an immigrant kid with an accent, a portfolio nobody understood, and no map. I can still remember what it felt like. I remember the excitement, my heartbeat. I remember the uncertainty. I remember looking toward the future and imagining that somewhere out there, waiting for me, was an answer. And I was wrong. One of the most valuable lessons I learned in the studios here at UCLA was that the creative life is not about finding answers. It is about learning how to live inside difficult questions. And I want to begin with something honest today, because you are graduating into one of the most difficult questions our fields has ever faced. For the last decade, I make art in collaboration with data and emission intelligence. And I know that for artists graduating today, those can be complicated words to hear from this podium. Some of you work with these tools every day. Some of you wish they had never been built. I am not here to talk anyone out of anything, because the instinct to interrogate a powerful new world, to ask who benefits, who pays, who decides, is not a flaw in our education. It is the proof of it. I have one piece of advice from my heart to leave you with today. But advice is cheap until you see it what it costs. So please let me tell you my story differently than I usually tell. It's a series of questions that I would like to share. It begins in Istanbul, where I grew up, obsessed with the invisible rhythms of the city. I became consumed by a question that sounded strange at the first time. Could data become a material for art? I started calling data a pigment 2008. Data is my pigment. Yours may be movement or concrete, story, light, human voice, stories. When I brought that vision to the art world, a curator looked at my work and said 5 words that slammed like a door. This is not art. I carried to a gallery after gallery, and after the answer came back no, I still stopped counting. For years, I told a story as a story about doctors being wrong. But here's the real lesson. When you bring something new into the world, the burden of proof is yours. Not the audience, not the critics, yours. And it never lifts. In 2015, I met the medium that will define my life, neural networks. I didn't see a tool. I saw a collaborator. And the criticism came fast. The machines cannot be creative. I believe in that exact moment. I think humans is the creative. Humanity's essence of us are the creatives. I believe that the critics simply feared the new, and I know better now they were asking the right questions. And those questions have only grown more right about consent, about livelihoods, about who profits and who pays. If you carry anger about these new mediums, the anger is not ignorance, it's the knowledge. When a tool is contested, and one day, whatever your medium is, it will be contested. The answer is not surrender to it, and it is not silence about it. The answer is authorship. Deciding what it touches, whose hands it serves, and what it must give back to humanity. Let me show you the terms I choose, not as defense, but as evidence. When my uncle, unfortunately diagnosed by Alzheimer's, I watched his memories dissolve. It forced me to ask a deeply painful question. What does remembering look like? Please do not run from the hardest moments of your life. Run toward them with your craft. Like melting memories was built from brainwaves of people gave us willingly, knowingly, in the act of remembering someone they loved. Data offered, never taken. We ask another question, can a medium heal? With sense of healing, we work with children enduring the brutal medical treatments, and we capture their brainwaves in moments of joy and turn them into living artworks. When those works were auctioned, everything went back into their care. Because a medium that takes from the world is extraction. a medium that gives back, that's art. More recently, I found myself asking perhaps the most vital question of all. At a moment when technology often seems to pull us away from the world, could it help us reconnect with it, to respect, to love each other? That question took us far from any server, any code, and deep into Amazon, my mentor, Chief Nishiwaka, and the Chief Bhutani Yavanava. We did not arrive with a contract, we arrived with questions, and we stayed for years. Everything we made together, we made with permission, on their terms, and those works funded the first cultural center in their community ever built, like our community. Standing in that forest, I understood that the most advanced model on Earth is worth nothing next to the oldest knowledge on Earth. Relationship before data, consent before creation. Looking back, none of these projects began with certainty, they began with curiosity. Class of 2026, you are graduating into a world filled with enormous challenges. Questions about war, climate, community, and the future of our shared institutions. Many people describe this moment as a time of disruption, feel discouraged. I see something different. I see artists, architects, designers who know how to expand. Architects who know how to imagine possibilities before they exist. Designers who know how to build new relationships between people and environments. Every generation of creators inherits a contested machine. The camera was going to kill painting. Cinema was going to kill theater. Code, the internet, each arrived as a threat and become a language of one reason only, because artists, not corporations, decides what it will say. Now comes your turn. Let me precise about who holds the pen. Not the tech companies, not the engineers, not the museums, not me, it is you. Some of you will take this medium apart and rebuild ethically. Some of you will refuse it entirely, and this medium needs its conscientious objectors as much as its builders. Some of you will regulate it, critique it, organize against its abuses, and hear me, all of this is all authorship. All of that is the work. As you leave UCLA, I hope you protect your curiosity. Stay open to ideas that challenge you. Stay generous with one another. And when you encounter uncertainty, please do not rush to escape it. Find your own pigment, whatever it may be. Please demand that every tool you touch gives back more than it takes. Please build it for the children in those hospital rooms. Build it for the forest. Build it for the classmate beside you. Please build it for everyone. Congratulations to class of 2026. The world is not waiting for you. It is depending on you. Thank you very much and congratulations to you.